With your same offensive coaches, that's got to be exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just taking it a step further in our offense in every aspect, man, from leadership, mental growth, and just creating a better bond with everybody on that offense. And I think that's what's going to make this offense that much better.
How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
I'm great. Yeah.
Good day today?
Yeah. I got a little workout in before I got here and then hopped on the plane and, handle business.
I asked Jalen when we talked to him a second ago, is there anything that has been asked that was interesting that you weren't ready for that made you think a little bit?
Yeah. Just one threw me off. It was what does the Walk of Champions mean to you? And it's something that I've never really thought of. But I mean, man, not having it for a year, having some time to process that question, because I didn't answer that question because I was like, dude, I've never thought of this. The energy that you get walking through the Grove and walking through the Walk of Champions, it's unexplainable. And I think the people who have walked through it that were in our shoes could attest to that. And being able to just see my family, communicate with, everybody around the Ole Miss fans, like everything, and just them being so welcoming. It's something like I've never experienced before. And I miss it so much, and I can't wait for it to get back.
The funny thing is, you got a bunch of guys that have never done it.
Yeah.
So everybody that was a first-year player last year, all the first-year guys, and this entire coaching staff has never made that trek through the Grove where it's shoulder to shoulder, 40,000 people lining it.
They're going to be surprised. Even the coaches are going to be surprised. I mean, they've seen pictures, obviously. It's everywhere in the building. But, I mean, it's different when everybody is yelling.
So we asked Jalen about defense because, that's what everybody's focused on right now. But offensively, you said getting better every day. How much better can that offense be this year?
Just minusing the turnovers from me specifically, and that's a big thing because who's to say take 9 plays away from the entire season? Who's to say that we would have went? Who's to say that we would not have won 10 games? Take 9 plays away.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference in just creating the type of leadership that I've been working on, and not only me, but like Momo, Mark Robinson, Otis Reese, just guys like that. And I just bring those names up because those guys they're consistent with it, and those are the first guys that come to my mind. But there's leaders in every room, and I'm talking from the kids who just got there from high school that are freshmen that they've surprised me. I mean, at first they were being freshmen, and then we get to the off season, the winter workouts, and it's like, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. It's time to get to work because this is where the separation is going to be. This is where the separation is going to happen. Coaches aren't here. Coaches aren't here to coach us. It's fully up to us, and I think that's where we made our biggest step as a team.
So, Matt, I've interviewed you a bunch. I mean, after a bunch of games, home, road, wins, losses, whatever, and you've always shot really straight, and I thought you always had really insightful answers where you're thinking about it a little bit more. But I'm not sure that I've ever seen or heard quotes from you that were more introspective or maybe kind of showed maturity than were in the CBS story, where you talked about your background. Yeah. You talked about your friend who had some issues along the way, some of what your teammates had said. What's gotten you to that point where you felt comfortable enough in your own skin as a quarterback at Ole Miss to say, this is who I am, and I don't care who knows it?
Well, eventually it was going to have to come out, and, why not now? I specifically say that now because, I just not recently, but like April 9th, like I just said in the article, that's something that that's when I got comfortable with myself. That's when I accepted my flaws. That's when, I realized my weaknesses, my strengths, they're my strengths for a reason. I don't need to worry about those. But my weaknesses, it's something that I needed to focus on and, grow. And nobody else can do that for me but me. And only way to get to that next step of where I want to go and, just find peace within myself. I'm going to have to go through those trials and tribulations. And
is that liberating?
I mean, yeah, in a way, definitely. In a way, definitely. Just because, you're always so worried about what everyone's thinking. If I were to say this, or if I were to say whatever your perspective is on whatever the case may be, just being able to be comfortable in your own shoes and accept who you are. And if you don't like it, I don't care, and I'm me, and I'm comfortable with that. And as long as I'm doing right, and as long as I'm doing right and standing by how my parents raised me, I have nothing to be ashamed about.
All right, we got 1 minute left. Give me an individual goal, a team goal, and what you are most excited about for Labor Day night.
Well, that's an easy answer. I'm just most excited about seeing my team going through that tunnel and then scoring, and then feeling that energy from my team, feeling that energy from the coaches, and then all that work, okay, we're finally here. This is the season. This is the season. And just being able to just embrace it.
Team goal?
Team goal. I mean, we're focused on winning. We have we have big expectations in that building. And only the people in that building understand what we have.
Sorry, go ahead.
Only people in that building understand what we have, and we don't care what anyone else thinks, because we know what we have. We know we have a standard, we have a goal together, and we know it needs to get done to reach that goal.
So good to see you. Great visiting with you.
You too.
Appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Matt Corral, Sports Talk Mississippi at SEC Media Days.